Welcome to Embellish the Story. I want to thank you for spending time with me here on my channel. I'm Tammy, and I just wanted to share with you what I've been working on and a few things that, some papers I purchased from Etsy. I haven't really had the time to set up a craft with me video this week. I have had a few hours to spend in my craft room, but my faithful, loyal, loving, adorable, a much adored older dog has been really not doing well this week. So we've spent a lot of time caring for her and taking her back and forth to the vet, and we're taking her back today. She's just, she's just an older dog. And I didn't even know if I should share that with you guys. It's hard to decide if I just want to pretend like life is always, peaches and cream, or do I really want to be more authentic? So I try to go toward the more authentic side, but I don't want to be Debbie Downer. So, but that's what's going on. And I've had time when my husband's here and he's downstairs with her to come up here, because if she's alone down there by herself and she knows somebody's upstairs, she wants up here with us. She likes to be with us when we're at home. So this is what I've worked on. I've worked on some tags that I'm going to put in my Etsy shop. I've done some Shabby Chic tags. This one has this flowing bottom. This was the sleeve of a thrifted top. And then this was some vintage button I had and some wedding gown buttons. And this tag was designed to flow off, to be clipped in to the journal and then to kind of cascade out the bottom. So I designed that tag this way, and then I designed this tag the same way, made with the same vintage sleeve. And this one is also from Little Lady Paperie. I used my little, my favorite trim, and I just cut out the little, what do you call those? Beaded flowers, and put them there. And then I put the rhinestone on this one. That's a vintage button. So that's designed the same way, to be clipped in a journal. So those turned out pretty. And then this is not my usual style. This was part of the 50 Stack Challenge 7 that Amy at Crafty Cat's doing. And the prompts were ledger paper and grunge. And so this is my attempt at grunge. I'm not super grungy. I love grunge, and I watch people create grunge, and I love what they do, and I try to do what they do, but I'm not always very successful. But I made this tag out of cardboard from a box. It was my Hewlett-Packard ink box, and even the back's grungy, and I put this. It seems like it's a really old button. I put these pearls here. This is a photo from Poole Designs. So I did this bow, and what I did to try to make it more grungy was I took my ink and I just inked over these laces and the sari silk to make it look grungier. So there's my attempt at grungy, and I don't know, it's not super grungy, but it's grungy for me. So these three will be in my Etsy shop. I will leave a link to that. I may not have to, I'm going to try my best to get them in there today. The other thing I've worked on is just another lace master board. I've done 2 videos on making a lace master board on here on YouTube. I will leave the link to those videos. This one I was a little more deliberate in how I did it, but this is what I do when I just get down to pieces of fabrics and laces that I just need to use and get out of that bin that just grows and grows and grows. So this one turned out really pretty. I did approach it in a different way, where I put the sari silk on it and then twirled it and scrunched it up. So I approached this one a little differently, and I think this one turned out probably the prettiest of the ones I've done. So we'll cut this up together. I'm going to be a little bit more deliberate too in how I cut this one. because it's got some sections that'll be really pretty if I cut it just right. So that is what I've been working on, and I wanted to share some Etsy. All but one is an Etsy purchase with you, and it was papers, because a lot of you guys, I have a lot of new subscribers to my channel, and I really want to say thank you for coming. It's always exciting to add people to my little YouTube community. It's like a little family. And a lot of you have shared that you're new to journaling. And when I was new, I remember looking for things to create with. And so I'm going to share with you some shops that I've been really happy I purchased from. This first one is not from Etsy. This is from Odulcina. These are beautiful embossed papers. She gave me these precious die cuts. And these were just gifts from Anne. She's very sweet and very talented. So I got these. This is, I will leave you a link to her shop. She ships from Canada. And it comes very quickly considering how far it comes. But these are embossed papers that are stained. And they are truly lovely. She has pinks, and then that is a white with the pink edge, and then she has the stained papers, the darker stained papers. She has the vellum, and all this is embossed, and it's a large, large stack. And every page is gorgeous. It's different embossing. Each page is different. So I love this. Look at those. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So this, I was super excited to get this. I really love what I'm sharing with y'all today. So this, I will put Anne's link. It's Odulcina in my description box. Super glad I made this purchase. Then, let me show you the rest. This space is so small, I have to kind of keep them behind me. So these are really neat. It was packaged. Look at that, so lovely. I think they even have their, it's cover to cover creations, and that's what the stamp says. Isn't that lovely? And then that is something she gave me. These are, well, you can see how they're dyed like shops and like vintage shop signs, and I loved it. So this is what she shared with me. I think these were gifts from her too. So I love it. And I ordered these, like it says, Antiques and Collectibles Open Daily Flea Market. And I've even thought about, these would be neat in a frame, because some of my decor is very cottage core in my house. And I thought these would be so neat. Look at that. On in a frame, on one of my shelves. So I loved these, and I could never dye this like this. Look at that, so cute in the kitchen. Anyway, I'm going to use them in my journal, but I'm really tempted to use a couple in my home. So I was super happy with these. And then these are full-size pages. And I don't know how they get the words so perfect without bleeding. I do dye some of my own papers, but I have no idea how to do something like that. Look at that. So this is amazing. This is Cover to Cover Creations. I will leave all these links in my description box so you can find them, because I really do want you guys to be able to find things that you enjoy crafting with. So these are all just so awesome. I love this purchase. Okay, so this shop is called PawsandPapershop, and it is coffee dyed and avocado dyed lace papers, and I love the packaging. I love buying from Etsy because you just get such neat little, I don't want to break this. You just get such neat little touches. Anyway, oh, let me get it off. I can use that. All right, so they have these pretty lace patterns. There's all kinds of patterns, and the coffee dyed, and then there's the avocado dyed. I love them. So that's what I ordered, and then I couldn't believe this stack of extras. I mean, there's embossed papers and vintage book page. That looks like it's German. There's all kinds of, this is a flower. It's like a flower catalog. So vintage book pages. What's in here? Oh my goodness. I haven't really even looked through a lot of this. Let's see. They sent me more book pages. Oh, look. They sent me vintage stamps. And that is the neatest. That is sewn. That is the neatest presentation of stamps. That's fabulous. So I couldn't, anyway, I couldn't believe this. Look at that. That's got fabric on it. So whoever does this is very talented. So pretty. So I got all kinds of extras here. Music sheet, dictionary page, a map. So I could not believe all those extra goodies that came from that. So that's PawsandPapershop. Super happy with that. That link will be in the description. Then I got these pretty pink pages. These are a lighter, more pastel pink for the journals where I use a lot of pink digitals. And they're from Rebecca Rose Curios. And she put these little vellum stickers in there as gifts and these little labels. So precious. And I was trying to figure out, this was her thank you note. And that looks like it's a piece of film. So that's so neat. And it's under some acetate. So these creators are so talented and they're so generous. So this was a perfect purchase. Got that pretty coffee dyed doily. It's got a pink tint to it. And then these pretty pink papers. So those are some recent Etsy purchases that I've made that I wanted to share with you guys, especially if you're new and looking for some things that you will enjoy using in your journals. Pretty dyed papers to me are one of the harder things to find because they tend to be just plain papers. So sorry I didn't have a more exciting video or where we made something fun, but I did want to check in with you guys this week because I like spending time with you guys, and then I love reading your comments. So I would appreciate prayers for our dog and just for our family as we go through, you know, just pets getting older. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day and a great weekend. And despite whatever's going on in your life, find joy in the little moments that God gives us. So have a great day. Always remember to embellish the story, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.